The original concept was about a 15-page treatment that Lee Wanell had written, and the bones of that, the bones of the story, are still here. But it was actually my agent Franklin Latt who pitched the idea to Blum before I even knew what was going on, to Jason Blum and to Cooper Samuelson, and who's head of film over at Blumhouse, and said, "What about Patrick directing?" And I think the story goes, they were like, "God, why didn't we think of that?" But either way, it was a very easy, like, that sounds like a fantastic idea. I mean, I've known those guys at Blumhouse. This is our 4th film together. So even outside of Insidious, I did a movie called Stretch with them. So I've known them for a long time. And, you know, they know how to do these movies, first of all, horror movies, but certainly Insidious movies, better than anybody else. And I knew I'd be protected. So I think I sat and thought about it and thought about the story that I wanted to tell. Even though I was first-time director, I know enough to know that you've got to find a story that you're passionate about, because it's going to live with you until the movie's done. And so it's been 4 years of every day thinking of this film, and that's really the honest-to-God truth. So I came up with a few ideas where I would like to take the characters that I would want Rose in the movie, that I wanted as many of the original cast back as I could, as would do it, and the story that I wanted to tell, and how to make it an art school and introduce memory of Josh's father, someone we never talked about. And I was very careful to, I wanted to both address and undo the end of Insidious 2, really unpack that. But I'm so respectful to the series and to James that I wanted this to be a continuation of that story and not just change things for the sake of change. So with every time that I would add in a new level, I had to go back to the other movies and make sure I wasn't making any of our journey throughout the other movies for any of our characters, certainly Barbara Hershey and people that aren't even in the movie. I always wanted it to line up. And so that's what we did.